Most people believe billionaire wealth is visible. Mansions, cars, yachts, and headlines create the illusion of transparency. In reality, the most valuable assets billionaires own are never shown publicly. They are hidden by design, protected by law, and kept away from attention. What the public sees is distraction. The real wealth exists quietly, invisible, and deliberately removed from social media, interviews, and public records. This video is not about luxury you can photograph or post online. It reveals 5 real, legal luxury assets that billionaires own but never display publicly. These assets exist to preserve control, protect value, and eliminate risk. They are hidden because visibility creates vulnerability. At the highest level of wealth, what matters most is not showing ownership, but hiding it completely. Freeport, Luxembourg is a high-security storage facility where billionaires hide billions of dollars in art and rare assets. Inside, paintings, sculptures, and collectibles are stored in climate-controlled vaults without public ownership records. Assets kept here are often tax-deferred and legally invisible. Normal people cannot enter because access is restricted to vetted clients only. Billionaires use this facility not to display art, but to store wealth quietly. Ownership remains hidden, assets remain protected, and value remains untouched by markets, taxes, or public attention. At Port Hercules, Monaco, billionaires park superyachts owned through shell companies and offshore structures. The vessels appear public, but true ownership is hidden behind legal entities. Registration details rarely reveal the real owner. Normal people see luxury. Billionaires see mobility, privacy, and security. These yachts allow movement without commercial travel, controlled environments, and private meetings at sea. They are hidden assets because ownership exposure creates risk. For billionaires, the yacht is not a symbol. It is a private, mobile extension of control. One Hyde Park is one of the most expensive residential buildings in the world. Many apartments are owned by billionaires through offshore companies and trusts. These properties are rarely lived in and never publicly associated with their owners. They exist as silent stores of value. Normal people are excluded because ownership requires extreme capital and legal structuring. For billionaires, this is not housing. It is wealth parked inside real estate without exposure, visibility, or personal association. Inside UBS Zurich private vaults, billionaires store gold, documents, and rare physical assets far beyond digital financial systems. These vaults provide extreme confidentiality, physical security, and minimal traceability across borders. Access is limited to a very small circle of verified individuals with elite private banking relationships. Normal people can never use these vaults because entry requires institutional trust, legal vetting, and long-term financial history. Billionaires hide assets here to avoid dependence on markets, technology platforms, or governments. Physical wealth stored privately ensures control during economic crises, banking failures, or political instability. It also removes exposure to digital surveillance, cyber attacks, freezes, seizures, and sudden systemic risks entirely that cannot be accessed or monitored by ordinary public institutions worldwide globally. The Gulfstream G700 is one of the most advanced private jets ever produced for elite aviation. Billionaires rarely purchase these aircraft under their own names. Instead, ownership is hidden through leasing structures, aviation management companies, and offshore registrations. This removes public records, personal association, and tracking exposure. Normal people can never access this level of private aviation or its infrastructure. For billionaires, the jet is not about luxury seating or comfort. It is about timing, privacy, and absolute control over movement. Flights operate on private schedules, private terminals, and private crews. Ownership stays invisible because visibility attracts attention, security threats, regulatory pressure, and dependence on public transportation systems. This strategy protects wealth, mobility, reputation, and operational freedom during global uncertainty. These assets reveal the real truth about billionaire wealth. Real luxury is never displayed openly or explained publicly. It is hidden, protected, and separated from everyday life by design. While society focuses on visible success, billionaires quietly invest in invisibility and silence. At the highest level, ownership without exposure becomes power. What remains unseen is not accidental or random. It is intentional, strategic, and reserved only for those who understand that control matters more than recognition in the modern world.